Hello Labradoodle fans. Today we have a week 1 litter update for these medium Australian Labradoodle puppies from our Sky Gems litter. And I am going to name this video the Dirty Dog video. Hi, I'm Claire from Van Isle Labradoodles, and in today's video we are going to let you know how things are going with our mama Labradoodle Kinsei. We're going to give you an update on what's happened with the litter, what these puppies have been doing this past week, and we're going to talk about that first critical milestone of doubling their birth weights. So I'm calling today's video the Dirty Dog video because if you take a look at Mama Kinsei, something's changed. This white around her face is black, and that's because this little scallywag likes to go and dig. So when she's outside going to the bathroom, she goes and finds all the places where we don't want her to go, and she finds all the nice dry bits of dirt, digs away, and then she rolls in the dirt. So why is she doing that? Well, I don't know entirely, but a good amount of it is because it would be natural for her to have dug a nest for her puppies, and it would be in dirt. So I suspect what she's doing is just following her instincts. And as for rolling around in it, part of that is sort of a natural de-itching. You know, it's like getting a back scratch when she rolls in that. And then you can see like all of her pretty white fur is not white at all. And you can see today we have this yellow blanket down here. Well, there's two reasons for that. One of the reasons is yellow I picked today, so it shows the puppies off a bit more for you. It's a little harder to see all their colors against the gray carpet that we have on here. And the other reason is because she just did come in from outside. She's going to drop a whole bunch of dirt off, so that way I can just roll up the towel after the video and throw it into the washing machine. And this is what she looks like even after we cleaned her off. So you can imagine what she was like when she first came in. Kinsei's got so much character and personality. She's just such a fun girl. But she's doing a fabulous job with her babies. She's settled in now. She understands what her job is, and she's content to be with them during the day. You can see she's trying very hard to get herself comfortable, be able to see me, fit in with me, and also accommodate all of the puppies wanting to nurse. So she's very good for that. She's a very accommodating girl, and she does try to please everybody all the time. So she's very interested in her baby. She's got great maternal instincts. It just took her a little while to get settled and used to the idea that it was her job to be here with the puppies all the time, not somebody else's. And now that she's got that straight in her head, she's totally fine. Kinsei also is doing very well with the fact that we have renovations going on in the house. So there are people coming in and out of the house throughout the day multiple times. There's lots of noise, there's construction sounds. And at first that upset her a little bit, and maybe upset's too strong a word. At first it concerned her would be a better word, and she was always jumping up to see what was going on. And of course, every time she jumps up, then the puppies become unlatched. Now, take a look at what's going on here with these puppies who are nursing. Now talk about a change from when you saw them nursing last week. Look at how strong they are. Look at how they're all pulling away, demanding that that milk start flowing. Whereas last week, we were still helping them. They were very fragile. They would fall off readily. Now if Kinsei gets up to go out, they're all still hanging on. The suction power that a puppy has is incredible. Now I think everybody pretty much knows that puppies are born with their eyes sealed shut. They are in essence born blind. And if you take a look here at, I think this is pink collar girl. No, it's yellow, sorry. If you take a good look here at yellow collar's ear, this is a really good example. You can see how his ear is also sealed shut. So, and you can see it here also on blue collar. If you take a look, you can see there's no opening. Burgundy collar as well. They've all got their ears flipped over. Very convenient of them. So they can't hear either. And a lot of people are not aware of the fact that puppies cannot hear as well as not see when they're born. And the reason for that is because their nervous system is just not ready to cope with all the external stimuli of life. So that's why nature has arranged for them to be born in a dark, quiet world where the only focus they have is what comes through, the information that comes through from their nose. Their noses have little heat sensors in them, so that's how they find one another, how they find mom, and how they know where the milk is. And that keeps them warm and obviously keeps them nourished. It's what keeps them alive. If they didn't have their noses, they wouldn't be able to survive at all. Now, they also are unable to control their body temperature, and that's why you see them always very close together, because they need one another and Kinsei for warmth. And they also are unable to go to the bathroom on their own. And so that's what Kinsei's job is. She stimulates them by licking them, which encourages them to go. And then she also consumes all of that. And the reason for that is to protect from leaving any scent for any potential predators. Now that brings me back to when Kinsei was rolling in the dirt. One of the other reasons why she likes to roll around in the grass and the dirt is because she's putting a scent on herself, and she is trying to remove the scent of a girl who is nursing, because again, she doesn't want predators to be able to detect that and be able to potentially come in and destroy her family. So all very instinctive and natural behavior. And while we don't really appreciate having the whelping box all dirty, it's also not bad for the puppies. You'll see some Labradoodle breeders who have everything completely pristine, and they wear gloves when they handle the dogs, and everything is very antiseptic, which is all well and good. But what does that do for the puppy's immune system? Nothing. It doesn't help strengthen it. Now, normally, if it wasn't for us being involved and creating these puppies, if Kinsei had had a litter, or any dog had had a litter, they would have been outside, they would have been born in the dirt, and they would have lived in the dirt. They would be in the dirt all the time. And what that, you can see, well, Kinsei has her quirks, as we say, and her way of doing things. So these puppies are learning problem solving and adaptability, I can tell you, from Kinsei's little antics where she's rolling around there. But to get back to the dirt, what the puppies are gaining from Kinsei's natural behaviors is a natural strengthening of their immune system. And that's what we want. We don't want them to be artificially protected and in some sterile bubble, and then all of a sudden they go out into the world when you take them home and they get sick because they don't have any of that natural ability to defend against everyday things. So this is one of the reasons you will see that we have a dog who, like this, has dirt on her. You can see she's still got some dirt from being outside. Am I going to bath her? No. Am I going to brush her out? Yes. So why am I not going to bath her? Well, I'm not going to bath her because, as I said, the puppies cannot regulate their body temperature. So the last thing we want is for them to be anywhere that's wet and then a cold, because we do not want the puppies to become chilled. That is the last thing we want. It's very important at this point in time that the puppies do stay warm. So the room is at 23 degrees. Now when Raven's puppies are a week old on Thursday, we will turn the temperature down to 22. The reason why we turn it down is mostly to keep mom comfortable. You'll see Kinsei's panting. It's very warm in here. It makes me sweat at 23 degrees when you're sitting in here. She also has all these warm bodies up against her, and she is working really hard. She may be laying down on the job, but lactating and feeding 7 growing puppies is a lot of work. So we try to make a nice happy compromise so that moms are as comfortable as possible, because the last thing we want is for mom to be so hot that she says, ugh, I got to get away from these kids, and she goes and lies on the cold floor in front of her there. Well, it's not cold, but it's cooler than it is lying on the carpet here. So we don't want that. We want mom to be here. We want mom to be part of the puppies' lives as much as she needs to be. So that's why we turn the temperature down as soon as we feel that the puppies are beginning to have some management over their temperature and be able to keep themselves comfortable as well as healthy. So what have the puppies been up to this past week? Well, the first week, it's a really tough life. It's eat, sleep, repeat, eat, sleep, repeat. I mean, I think I should have that life. So sometimes people wonder, well, if they're sleeping so much of the time, how do they not have their muscles atrophy? How do their muscles get developed? Well, when you watch puppies sleep, and if you look at our reel that was on Facebook in the last few days, puppies are doing this. They're doing the herky-jerky. They're always moving around when they're sleeping. And most people think that, oh, the puppies are dreaming. Well, they're not actually dreaming. Well, they may be dreaming, but they're not jerking around because of a dream. They're herky-jerkying around because that's how nature has provided for the fact that they are asleep almost all the time, and they do need to develop that muscle tone and that muscle strength. So they're actually exercising while they're sleeping. Now, why nature couldn't have figured that out for people, I have no idea. I really don't think it's very fair, but that's how it is. And so the puppies are developing more coordination, more strength, and more tone just by sleeping. Now, the rest of what the puppies have been doing besides sleeping is eating and growing. A puppy's main job in the first few months of their lives is to continue to grow, and they grow enormously and very rapidly. So these puppies, what we're going to find out now is, did they meet that first critical milestone of doubling their birth weight? And what if they didn't? Well, as long as they double their birth weight within the first 10 days, so to the outside limit of 14 days, we're really happy as Labradoodle breeders. We're content that they're doing all right. If they double their birth weight within the first week, then we know they are really thriving. If we have a litter of puppies and all of them are not doubling their birth weight, then we're going to start to supplement mom with a natural herb called fenugreek to increase the milk production. Now, if you take a look here at Kinsei's milk bar, it doesn't really look like it's particularly full. It doesn't look like there's hardly anything here. All it looks like is that her nipples have become much larger because of the puppy's suction on them. But otherwise, she's not what we call bagged up much. There's a little bit of excess here in the back, but up here, it all looks like, well, there's not that much going on. It's really deceiving. Girls do not have to look like they have a cow udder in order to have lots and lots of milk. Now, one thing we do is when we check through the milk bar every day, and we look for hard, lumpy spots, anything that's hot, because that could mean we were leading to mastitis. And under Blue Collar's head here, we have a nipple up here on both sides, but nobody's ever used it. When the puppies were born, there was milk in this nipple here, but the puppies have decided they have no need of it because there's 4 faucets here and there's 4 on the other side, so that leaves them with a spare. So they don't need these other 2. These are a lot of work to get going for puppies. As you can see, it's very flat and flush, so that's really hard for a puppy to work at, and that's fine. We just monitor it each day to make sure that there is no milk building up in there and that there isn't anything that could possibly cause a problem in terms of mastitis from a blockage in a duct there. Now you see everybody's finished eating, and now they're all kind of splayed all over the place. There's a blue color showing you some of those pretty white markings that the puppies have on their chest. Or actually that's silver color, I think. That silver looks so much like blue, but that is silver color there. And he's just showing you, oh, look at how handsome I am. I just have this beautiful white little chest, and aren't I the cutest thing ever? And I guess his tummy is so full he needs to be upside down there. So now let's see who has doubled their birth weight and if everybody is doing what we want them to do. So I have this really handy little app. I can record their birth weights every day. It tells me the percentage of weight that they've gained daily, and then it gives me a cumulative total as well. So it's really helpful. Now, this morning we weighed the puppies before we started the video. So that's about 6 hours ahead of when we normally would weigh them. And 6 hours may not seem like a lot, but their weights would be much more 6 hours from now. So the first little puppy we're going to look at is a pink collar girl, who is somewhere around here, hiding. I will find her. Here she is. She was under my leg, and her brother is resting his head on her there. Excuse me. So pink collar girl is our pretty little black, either phantom or sable. We will have to wait and see which one she is. At the moment, she looks very much like she is probably a phantom, but I won't be surprised if she's a sable. Showing off her beautiful pink tongue there, her little white markings. This little girl's a real sweetie pie. And she weighed this morning 484 grams. And so that means she is 2% short of doubling her birth weight. She's at 98% of a cumulative gain. But I know by after lunch, she will have gained that. I'll bet you even if I weighed her now, after she's just nursed, she probably will be at that 100%. So I'm going to call this as being that she has doubled her birth weight. And next we will go to red collar. Yes, there you go, Kinsei. You can give her a little bath. Red collar girl is still nursing right now, but since there's no competition there, she shouldn't be too upset. There we go. And red collar girl is very similar to her sister Pink, except for she is a chocolate, and she may be a phantom. That's what her markings look like right now. If we look at her back, we don't see that telltale stripe for sable. Her face doesn't show me right now that she's got the sable pattern. However, if we look at the ends of her toes, where we see what looks like black, and it looks a little bit like a brindle pattern, that's a giveaway that yes, we have a sable. So I'm pretty sure that Miss Red Collar Girl is a chocolate sable. Really pretty little sweetie pie. And Red Collar Girl today is 554 grams, and she is at 118% of her birth weight. So yay for Red Collar. You can see she has a very full tummy. These guys all have really sweet, full, juicy tummies. These are plump babies, just like we like to see. And then next we have Yellow Collar Boy. Now Yellow Collar Boy is very much like Pink, because he's an ebony. And just look at the gleam on this guy's coat. Just amazing. It's like a mirror finish. And again, we don't know if he's going to be sable or if he's a phantom, but he has that same brindling at the end of his toes. So my guess is going to be he is probably going to be a sable. That's what I guess. And Mr. Yellow Collar, he today weighs 565 grams, so he's at 109% of his birth weight. Way to go, Yellow! Yay! You can tell Kinsei has an excellent milk bar. Then we have Blue Collar, and we'll make sure we have Blue Collar and not Silver Collar. And Blue Collar is often the one that's hiding. I can never seem to find Blue Collar. Blue Collar is our little guy. Oh, here we go. Oh no, that's Pink. And this is Mint. Uh-oh, I've lost my Blue Collar Boy. I must have a puppy that's hiding somewhere. Oh, right back here. Yep. I tell you, this guy is always hiding. Now this puppy is very clearly a sable. You can see how the color is quite different in this chocolate puppy. This chocolate puppy is going to clear out, as we say, and become the color that is on the side of his face. So that rich caramel color with some red highlights. And most of the brown color that you see here will not be as evident. You will have more of a caramel colored dog with just a little bit of dark brown on the ears and on the tail and parts of the face as he gets older. I just love this little guy because he's so tiny and he is always hiding on me. And Mr. Blue is 417 grams today, and he is at 105% of his birth weight. So he's done really very well, and he is the smallest puppy in the litter. And then we have Burgundy collar. Here we go, you can have him. Yeah, you give him a good bath. And let me find Burgundy. Is Burgundy here? Yes, here's Burgundy. I can find everybody quite easily, except for Blue. Now Burgundy is exactly the same as Blue Collar Boy is. Burgundy also is that chocolate sable. Now he's a little bit darker still at the moment, but that is just going to probably mean that his caramel color is a little bit closer to red as opposed to more of that sort of golden biscuit kind of color. So this little handsome fellow, oh, se coño mío, had a big yawn there. This handsome guy is 506 grams, and he is at 105% of his birth weight. So you tight, and look at all that pretty white. Oh, that's so beautiful. Oh, handsome. And then we have green collar. There we go. Do you want to have him back? Okay, I just put him down, okay? There we go. We don't want him to fall. Green color is actually mint color. Mint is not one of the options on my app, so it shows up as green, but it's a mint color. Mint color, again, a chocolate sable, pretty little white toes there on this puppy. And Mr. Mint is the biggest puppy in the litter, and he is solid. And look, they used to fit in my hand last week. They are nowhere near fitting in my hand this week. Mr. Green is 614 grams, and he's at a whopping 123% of his birth weight. Clearly, Mr. Green knows his way around the milk bar. And then last but not least, we have Silver Collar Boy. Come here, Silver. Come here, sweetheart. Or sorry, Silver Collar is a girl. Not a boy, right? You are a girl. Yes, that's right. I'm sorry, I called you a boy. Silver is usually reserved for boys, but not in this instance. And Silver is also a chocolate sable girl. Again, very similar to her brothers. You can see her pretty, I've got my hand in the way, her pretty white markings there, a little bit of white on the toes. Yeah, and Miss Silver Collar is 552 grams, and she is at 104% of her birth weight. So it's pretty consistent across the board here for weight gains. That's a good sign because that means everybody is getting a fair share at the milk bar. Now, what you can see during the day is that the puppies tend to rotate through. So half of them will be eating, half of them will be sleeping. And then some of us, like Green Collar, are probably eating on both shifts. And that's why he is the biggest puppy and why he's gained 123% of his birth weight, which is really quite something. So that's our update for the puppies this week. Everybody is really doing well. They're thriving. And we have one little last bit of news. We have had one family who has had to withdraw from this litter for personal reasons. And so we have an opening in this litter. The puppies are going to go home on October the 19th. They're going to mature to anywhere from probably 20, the smallest one might be 26, 28 pounds, up to around 36-ish pounds, probably for the largest puppy here. and we would be very happy to have you send in an application if you would like to have a puppy to go and join you on October the 19th. Great for kids, wonderful family dogs, terrific for anyone who enjoys the Pacific Northwest outdoor culture, anyone who likes to go hiking, and anyone who really wants to have that fun personality like Kinsei has. So thanks so much for watching. If you have a chance, please drop us a comment. We'd love to hear from you. It also is very helpful for us. A thumbs up if you don't have time for a comment. And if you want to keep up to date with what's happening at Van Isle Doodles, learn all about Australian Labradoodles and dogs in general, click that subscribe button and be sure to hit the bell icon so you get notified whenever we have a new video out. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you next week for week 2, and maybe we'll have some eyes open to show you.